No one likes Oppenheimer and Barbie as much as me. It's been a while I've been in my cool background of films. But anyway, I'm gonna rank the best picture nominees from my no actually from worst to best because there's like two movies that I just like don't care for. But here we go. Number 10, Killers of the Flower Moon. It's it's too long and I don't really care like the movie that like I care about the story like yes, it's tragic but it didn't like the film didn't really make me care about the characters. Lily Gladstone, her performance was all right. She was just mostly sick throughout the whole film, so I don't know what to say. Leo, it's I don't know. Robert, I don't know. I don't really remember much about it, and I watched it in November, so like it should be fairly in my mind, but I don't really care for it. Number 9, Maestro. I was really looking forward to watching this film because I really like Bradley Cooper as a actor, and I never really seen a film directed by Bradley Cooper. So, but like the first 30, 15 minutes of this film was amazing. I was like enjoying it. I was loving it. And then I just got bored. I didn't really care for the character of Leonard Bernstein. So, yeah, number 9. From here and up, these movies are great. Number 8, Zone of Interest. This I know it's amazing, but I rewatchability is very important to me. So I could never rewatch this. Is That's my main issue. Like watching the movie, it was like pretentious because there is like one scene of a man just like for a solid minute turning off all the lights in a house. Like I don't care that he's turning off every single light. But it was filmed in such a way like wow, it looks beautiful the way he's turning off the lights. But literally everything else, like what isn't shown, is the strength of this movie, and like it separates how the Jews were treated and how like their conflict, well, like it's horrible, and they're treating their conflict like the Germans living in their house. They're treating their conflict as if it's the end of the world, which is absolutely not compared to what's happening on the other side of the wall. But yeah, it's amazing, but I would never rewatch it. American Fiction. The concept is amazing. I literally agree with everything Jeffrey Wright's character is saying, but it the trailer kind of undermines that. Like yes, it is the plot point of the movie, not really. It's like it's shown halfway through and then it kind of appears every now and then, which is my biggest issue with it. The family drama stuff, yes, it's good and whatnot, but I'd rather see the like reason why everyone's watching the movie. It's because of the funny ha-has. But the drama, I appreciated it, but I wish I could have seen more of like the amazing plot. Number 5, Barbie. I really like this movie. I don't know if you can tell. I'm literally Ryan Gosling. I'm literally Ken. I am Ken Nuff. I'm just Ken scene really like inspired me as a person, and it's like it's a great piece of cinema and art. Like I don't know how the I'm Just Ken scene affected everyone else. I don't know if it's just jokes like oh yeah I'm just Ken, but it genuinely affected me. I last time I watched it for the Best Picture nominee rewatch, I cried. So yeah, it really affected me. But everything else about this film is it's good. It's great. It's just it just has its highs and lows. Like some of it can be really cringe, and the other parts are like really good. And I don't like how it just spoons feed you like the themes of the movie. A lot of people say it criticizes men and just it just empowers women. It criticizes both men and women, but it celebrates both men and women. Like the I'm Just Ken scene, they're fighting, but just like guys do, they just forget about it instantly. And then they're singing and dancing together. Like they stopped fighting instantly. That's what I loved. Barbie is great. It it doesn't diminish anyone else. It's just it both celebrates and critiques both men and women. So it's very good. I did a whole English project on past lives. I already made this into a video, so if you want to go check that out. But yeah, number 4, past no, number 5, past lives. My bad. That is the midpoint. First time I saw it, I absolutely loved it. It was great. Second time I watched it, I really liked it. the rewatchability, it's not there. The rewatchability is just like non-existent. It's literally just these two people saying like, "Oh, I want to be with you, but I can't. I want to be with you, but I can't." It's just that over and over for an hour and 54 minutes. But what it is that when it is like what that is, it's really good. It's just it's not the best rewatchability wise, but it is still indeed very very good. Number four, Poor Things. This this was an experience. I due to circumstances I watched it alone, but I'm kind of glad I did because I got to feel immersed in the atmosphere of this world, and it was beautiful. I yes, the Paris segment was a little much, but the way it was described to be, I thought it was going to be much more graphic, and I'm glad it wasn't as graphic as I thought it was going to be. However, it is still a little too much. But the cinematography, the music, the performances, everything. I loved everything about this movie. It's just those scenes really bring it down rewatchability wise, and honestly, I would rewatch this. It's just I would skip those scenes. I love how weird it is also. It's just like I don't know if it's a spoiler, but like these animals, they're cool. I enjoy that. But yeah, I'm just weird and quirky as a person myself. Ooh, but yeah, that's my number four. Number three, Anatomy of a Fall. That was in 2021. The Best Picture nominees, Drive My Car. It was just like, wow, how funny. We're gonna love this. Pretentious. We ended up loving it like a year later, and it's a fantastic film. It's my 15th ish around that favorite film of all time, and this is our Drive My Car. Well, my Drive My Car of this year. I was just watching this just to get it over with because it's a Best Picture nominee, but wow, it was incredible. I felt the ending kind of was underwhelming, but that's the point of the film. Like, nothing was accomplished. After all of this, that's the whole point of the film. Well, nothing was accomplished. It's just, now you're done, over with. And it's fantastic. Yes, it is long, and it's not like you'll rewatch it every time, every day, but when you rewatch it, you'll be like, oh, ooh, yeah, it's great. Number two, The Holdovers. This was my third favorite film of 2023. This was absolute. I really yes, family is great and everything, but I think there's something special about finding a group of misfits and making that your family. Honestly, I think that's a little bit more beautiful. It's just people you wouldn't expect to get along with, and not that you had to, but they're your family. You're stuck with them, but you want to be stuck with them because they're your family, regardless. You love them enough to consider them your family. That's why I love those kinds of stories, and that's literally just The Holdovers. And it's great. Well, we all know who's winning. It's literally just going to be Oppenheimer because I am not biased whatsoever. Christopher Nolan, not my favorite director of all time. Absolutely not. I did not go to watch this as my first 70 millimeter IMAX at the TLC Chinese Theater. I have no connection to this film. I watched the trailer on a boat in Mexico in 2022. I was just refreshing, trying to reload the trailer, and once it loaded, I'm like, this is incredible. But there's a story I could go with for Oppenheimer, but I'm not gonna tell that today. But all I'll say is, people come and go, but film will always be there for you. Yeah, that's why I love cinema. Cinema will always be there for you, and it'll never leave you. Because my copy of Ice Age: The Meltdown will always be on my shelf. It'll never leave. But that's my ranking of the 2024 Best Picture nominees. It's one of the most strongest lineup. Everyone says it, but it is. It's true. I loved the lineup for 2023, but this I think it's a little tad bit better. Maybe a few more like wow are like rewatchable movies, and what I consider rewatchable is Triangle of Sadness. Yeah, I'm pretentious, but these films are wow. These incredible. Let me know your list, and obviously, I feel bad for the rest of the nominees because Oppenheimer's winning. I don't. Where I see love, she sees a friend. What will it